he kind of tiptoed around it for a minute, and then, you know, trying to feel me out. And then eventually he told me that how he came to believe that he had conducted an exorcism like 2 weeks prior to that conversation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I had just purchased a camera kit. I do video production full time. I work for it's boring, some corporate marketing firm. But I just bought a camera kit to do freelance work. And I was going to be in West Virginia anyway. And I thought, oh, I'll go down and interview this girl. And maybe it'll be like a short little 10-minute thing where there's, you know, just a story and no way to back it up. But it's, I don't know, it's interesting.
Right.
And then like a couple days prior to going down there, I started to notice, I think Josh, my pastor friend, pointed out to me that there are some connections between Logan and Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And there's also some interesting, like, you know, the whole place is riddled with mines.
Yeah.
And caves, which is another crossover with some of the stuff in Eastern Kentucky. And so when I went down there, I was thinking, this is probably just this story, but maybe it would be an interesting jumping off point to go look at just high strangeness in Appalachia generally, without thinking that this story would do any of that. I just thought it would be that story, and then maybe, okay, we start to do other things for YouTube and stuff. And what ended up happening is I interviewed the girl, Kristen, who we believe was possessed and exorcised, who she believes was possessed and then exorcised. It says that Kristen's mom's family was very chaotic, that they were moved around an awful lot growing up and just had a lot of, what she said was a lot of family secrets. And so by Wednesday, oh, and then also Kristen's sister Monday night had mentioned something about her thinking that this possibly went back before Kristen. And so I'm like primed to talk to Heather, Kristen's mother. So Heather didn't want to do a sit-down interview. She was reluctant, and I understood that. I didn't know at the time all the reasons that she had to be reluctant, but I thought, as someone suggested, maybe instead of like a sit-down interview with a tripod and the lights and everything, we just all gather at Kristen's sister's house and kind of keep the cameras in the background and not just kind of follow the conversation. And so that's what we did. And then it turns out that Heather's family has a whole bunch of oddness. So Heather's one of 16 children that survived to adulthood, out of, I believe, 22.
Oh.
I don't want to give away like I don't want to, I feel like I want to couch some of that story. It's hard to get straight to it without being exploitative.
Right.
And I'm very careful in how I do it in the series, so I want to like maintain some of that. But a minute, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I remembered a thing." And I, okay, hurry up and get the camera together. And she talks about this person that had lived there before, the same person who had seen the little figures, called her one day in a panic because the largest owl that she had ever seen was like standing in her yard, like an owl too large to be real.